Fade's lions are eating his own kind in front of a deer, and he was no other than their leader. Not only was he not afraid, but he joined them in eating the food. But when he got back to his room, he threw up. Simba seemed to recognize that the boss was not feeling well. Seeing that he drank energy drinks every day to survive, Simba secretly bought some vegetables and brought them back. But when he saw it, he thought he was laughing at him. After being misunderstood by Luis, he quickly explained, "The lions are getting stronger because of you. And if it wasn't for the boss, Simba wouldn't be where he is now. He's tired of pretending to be something he's not, but that's how he got to where he is now." Just then Harris came in and said there was someone here to see you. He left the room. When Luis was gone, Harris showed his true colors. He said to Simba, "How can a deer be our leader? He's just a pawn in our game. We'll get rid of him when the lions are back in business, and then we'll figure out how to cook it." Simba was furious. He warned Harris never to think like that, or Harris would be their dinner. Then he heard that something had happened at the black market, so Luis brought them here. It turned out that the owner of this venison store was unusually arrogant. He didn't want to cooperate because he had other forces behind him, and said he had nothing to talk to them, the minions. And it's the boss who has to take the lead in this kind of thing. Although he's a herbivore, his aura is no less than that of a carnivore. After seeing his power, the boss suppressed his inner panic. Luis didn't say much to him either. If you don't want to die, cooperate obediently. As for the other forces behind you, they'll all disappear from the black market in no time. The boss was willing to cooperate with them. On the way back, Harris, who had been badmouthing Luis, was sitting in the passenger seat. He couldn't even look the boss in the eye after seeing how ruthless he was. Back then, Luis was just a school minister. In order to save Simba, he killed their former boss. That's when fate took a turn for the worse. When their boss died, his first thought was not to avenge his death. He was worried about the future of the lions. In the end, he realized that Luis was no ordinary man. He was the most promising candidate for the next Beast Star. When the time comes to make him the leader of the lions, he might be able to change their public image. Although Luis was reluctant to do so, but when it came time to die, he cringed. In the end, the lions voted for Luis to become their leader. After that, there were others like Harris. But in the end, they were all tamed by Luis. Now the only one who could open his heart to him was Simba. Because Simba, like himself, had been treated like a commodity as a child. If they hadn't been lucky enough to escape, they wouldn't be here chatting. Just then, a call came in on his cell phone. It turns out that there is another problem in the territory.